Hello everybody, my name is Macaria from the city of Shenzhen, China, and today's topic is: are Alibaba suppliers trusty? Or could you trust Alibaba suppliers? And the answer is sometimes yes, sometimes not. There are all kind of suppliers in there, and I'm gonna talk from my experience. I've been in China for 7 years already. I started coming to China in 2008, and I started making my little business here and there. And from 2008, I started contacting some Alibaba suppliers, yeah. And yeah, I was cheated also with something around a few $1,000s, yeah. At that point, I was smaller. I believe I was under 20. And I wanted to start doing business with China too, as many of you want. And there was this supplier who cheated me with some makeup products, and I ordered around $3,000, I believe. And then all of a sudden the company was gone, and some of the salesperson was like, oh, she's gone and we don't know, and the factory has fire, and you know, these kind of stories. I bet you have heard of those all of a sudden the factory doesn't exist anymore stories. And this is what happened to me once. It was really painful because I had been doing some deals with that factory before. It's not like it was the first time, yeah. It was already maybe the 6th or the 7th time I bought goods from that factory. So it was all of a surprise. I was like, why would this happen if I have been constantly purchasing from them? And so this happened. And after that, I was very scared, as many of you might be if you are in this situation. Especially because you already had grown the trust for the supplier, as you had been doing deals before, right? And all of a sudden this happened, and you don't know why are they doing this, or if they do this in order to cheat you at one big order, or I'm not sure. Anyways, I couldn't recover the money, and I stopped doing deals like that after I came to China. And I have to say that I feel really different being here and making business with China, being present, being my person physically in China, because first of all, the suppliers get to know my cell phone number, get to call me and understand that I'm here. Second, I can speak Chinese, I can speak Mandarin. Thanks to my forever years I've been in university. I graduate from Shenzhen University, as you may know. So I do speak Mandarin, I can write Mandarin, I can read Mandarin, Chinese characters. So once people, suppliers or cheaters, whoever, see those kind of things, they will not cheat me that easy, because they know I'm here and I can just visit them anytime. So I think it will not happen as easy as like, wow, someone over somewhere is asking for some goods and we know that he might never find us. We can give a somehow fake address, you know. But this is not the case, because I have a team in my company. I have a trading company, for those of you that do not know. I have a Hong Kong trading company. So I have one person in charge of researching like the suppliers, how to say, to certify somehow suppliers, whether their sales volume, the whole thing, whether the address is real, if they pick up the phone, because it never crossed my mind. Like that time, the factory that cheated me had a phone on the invoice, and then I kept calling to the phone after I was cheated, and nobody answered the phone, because of course the phone was not real, but I didn't know at that time. So you have to make sure of everything, you know, the email, whether the email is like a Gmail, a QQ, or is a company real email, or is someone like Mr. Chang, QQ, what is this? So now we have this new technology which wasn't available before. It's called the WeChat. So I think you can even dig deeper and deeper to know more about the person you're talking to and whether he is a supplier or not. Usually they will have some pictures about their company name, their team, their sales team, so you can get a bigger picture of who are you talking with. Anyways, so that happened to me. But also in Alibaba, you can find so many trustworthy suppliers. The point is this: in Alibaba, it's everyone. It's like saying all the Mexicans do this, or let's say all the Mexicans. In my case, every time I go out, if there are some Mexicans around, they will be like, "How don't you drink tequila? You're a Mexican." I really dislike this statement. Like, I have been stereotyped by a Mexican and I have to drink tequila, yeah? Because if not, then I'm not. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm a Mexican, I don't drink tequila. So, as well as there are some Chinese that do not eat dog or whatever you think, they don't eat meat. I have a lot of Chinese vegan friends. So it's like everything. There is a whole, and in the whole there are some exceptions, and and in the whole there's also like the yin and yang. There is a little bit of good and bad in everything. So in this Alibaba marketplace, it's everyone. There's everyone. And of course, I would say it's a good start, a good kickstart for you to start getting a little bit of sense of what is that you're looking and just a notion of it. But if it's something very specific, I will always recommend you to have someone in China to verify for you the factory, the credibility, to verify whatever is the information that you had gotten from the internet. Because we never know. I don't know. People they maybe not think about calling to the phone call that is there. They just think, okay, we're just emailing. All of a sudden you call the phone and the phone, it's a non-working phone. How for your surprise, yeah? So every little detail counts, and Alibaba, as I said, is a great marketplace to go out, research, give yourself a hint, a notion of the industry that you're researching for, a bigger understanding. But there are always surprises, and you never know, because in this platform there are so many resellers, there are so many trading companies like myself. Let's say I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna put like From China with Love Limited, and we are a company and we have a certificate, we have the whole credentials of a company. But you cannot tell, sometimes you cannot tell whether this company is manufacturing whatever it is that you're looking for. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you cannot tell. So some people want to call these Alibaba suppliers sometimes cheaters, because they go as manufacturers when they are not really manufacturers, they are the resellers. And that is very common. There are so many companies on there selling all kind of products that they might not be manufacturing, and as well they are manufacturing some of them. In this issue, sorry, I'm going uphill. That's it. I'm here in this district that is called Bawan. A lot of factories in here. Just rambling around. I love to ramble around all China. I have to do a trip. Give a thumbs up if you want me to do a trip of all China, and I'm gonna do all kind of videos for next year, 2017. That's my goal. It's gonna be called, I don't know how it's gonna be called. This Serpensa YouTuber has like conquering south of China, so I want to be like conquering business in China, something related. Anyways, let's keep talking about this subject. There are so many shops here. Look, some pants for 29 renminbi. So as I was saying, if you find a supplier and the supplier is not manufacturing the goods, let's say the caps. Look at these caps, so nice. I love caps because I don't like sun in my face. Let's say the supplier is not manufacturing the caps, but you have found the supplier has caps and has bags. It's almost very rare that a supplier will be doing, for example, this is textile, yeah? And this is other material, different, it's not textile, it's like different. So it's almost not possible that one factory will specialize in two very different products. Usually if they are complementary, that happens. But if not, cannot be that it's a factory manufacturing this and also earrings. It's like so awkward. And oftentimes you go to expositions or even in the Alibaba website, you see this supplier displaying some products with so many big different variety of other products. So in this case, it's whether A, that the supplier is manufacturing one of them or a few of them, and the other one, the other bunch of products are just being displayed there because the strategy is like, oh, the client comes here, he purchased this product, and let's take the chance he might purchase some others, yeah? So we display there, and Chinese really like to make good connections and good friends. So Chinese all work together. It's not like kind of Mexico, it's more like who is the competition and we don't get in someone, and it's kind of different. But here is like everybody's friends and everybody can cooperate with everybody because for money everything is fine and we are friends, and no matter if I earn 3 cents, no matter, but I'm gonna earn and I'm gonna cooperate with you, and it's okay. I have some friend that is doing this and that, so I'm just gonna put his products in display in my shop, and if I sell, then we will share the profit, or I have a commission or whatsoever, yeah? So that's the deal. And at some expositions you can end up looking at some stands full of things like, wow, how on earth can they be such a big manufacturer of all this kind of utensils, like all these kind of accessories? Well, the truth is they're not. Most likely they are not. Either they are a great trading company that have been doing cooperation with these few factories that provide them with these products, or they are manufacturing one product, 2 or 3 some complementary products, and they are as well just putting on display their friends' other products to help them out or to help themselves if somebody end up liking X product. For example, I don't know, this car that was, how to say, this hoverboard. Everybody was selling the hoverboard. Well, no, not everybody is the supplier of it, the factory. But I have to say that so many people want to come to China to look for the real great factory. Well, that is not needed because, first of all, you have to know that you are qualified for a factory, and that the first sign of it is quantity. Do you have the quantity? Usually, let's talk about, oh God, let's talk about normal products. Let's talk about some selfie sticks and some accessories. Factory quantities, let's just, I don't know, these lens, some accessories, yeah, caps. Factory quantities are around 3,000 and above, because the packing is just gonna be doable if you have 3,000 and above to do your OEM and your specialized logo customized packing. Or if you want to design something, the quantity is even higher depending on the product. So many times people want to just keep searching for the real supplier manufacturer, but they don't even have the need, they don't even have the, so loud. I think it's so annoying. They put this to attract people, but for me it's like repel people. So people just keep researching and researching in the quest of the best supplier ever, of the great manufacturer. And some people, because I get a lot of emails from my Latin clients, Latin beloved clients, that, hey, but is this a factory or is not? And the quantity is quite little, for they're just starting. So I'll be like, hey, if this is the real manufacturer or is the reseller, and if you get to have a profit, just buy it and don't mind it twice, because once you get to that quantity, then we talk about finding a real manufacturer for a bigger quantity or a customized product. But for the meantime, you are not qualified to find a factory that will reject you because you are small in this industry. And why does this work like that? Well, Chinese factories usually, yeah, they are just a huge piece of machinery there with the sales department, but mostly the factory people, just in recent years, they weren't not able to speak even English. So how it worked? Now it's changing, yeah, but still, the smart Chinese educated English speakers, they start opening. I'm not going that way. So water, look at this. Just forget it. Okay, we're gonna go back. So these people that were educated and could speak English, they opened their companies, they opened their trading companies as myself, and they start dealing with these big, huge manufacturers, these huge factories in remote places that you wouldn't find. They cannot speak English, they don't do Alibaba, they were just doing maybe internal market, national market. Oh, it's so annoying, so noisy. In China it's so noisy. Sometimes it's okay, but this is too much. Because this is like a village, you know, it's not, I'm not where I live in the center. It's not like this everywhere. Here, motorbikes are allowed, so that's why it's different. Chaos. Okay, let's continue. So, back in those days, a few years ago, a lot of trading companies, they get themselves to deal with some really good big companies. And then they will put their names in Alibaba, and then they will start doing trade, and everybody was happy, and it's okay. But as the years pass by, more and more people is educated on English language, more and more people go to outside expositions and get exposure easily, especially with social media. Look at me now. So things are changing. I hope you will listen to everything. I'm speaking so much because I'm so passionate about the subject. I hope you learn a little bit. Yeah! Okay. And nowadays in the Alibaba are remaining a lot of trading companies, and more big manufacturers, big factories are coming in the game. And they might be big, they might don't know how to do a big website, they might know, I'm not sure. But some trading companies were very clever and can manage everything for the customer at the other side of the screen, at the other side of the world. Look at them and say like, wow, they have, how to say, they have handled so many orders, they have this big reputation because they know how to move themselves there in the Alibaba, although they might not be the primary source, but anyways. So this is what happens, and apart from that, there are other factories that will not display on Alibaba. That happens too. And which are they? They usually do internal markets. I am dealing with one now, which has really high standards on a product that we are consuming, oil and gas industry, I must repeat. But I think they are not listed on Alibaba, and they don't know how to do foreign commerce. It's like, I went up there, it's in Chengdu, and I was like, okay, we want to buy this much. And because you know Chengdu is here and Shenzhen is here, and the ports usually is Ningbo and Shanghai, the coast. That's why it's so developed, China, in this side, because of the ports and the high volume of business done there. Okay, so my goods, we have a few containers. I want you to quote me, CIF Mexico, this port and these goods, okay. And then they took several days and they didn't have any answer. I was like, so what happened? Well, we are checking because it's the first foreign order that we're gonna take, and we are not very sure about how to handle the freight, the shipping team, because we have to ship it from Chengdu to some port in Ningbo or the nearest port, and then from there to outside. And it's the first time we're gonna ship something CIF. We just do for internal market although we have super high standards because they work for government, the railroads and everything, oil and gas in China. They are not familiar with foreign market, and they don't do Alibaba, and they don't speak English, but they are a supreme factor in China. So this is what still you can find. And then at the end of the day, the cost of freight from that factory to the port was very high. So we just went to order from another one that was convenient, was doing foreign market, and was located right in the port, just for the convenience of exporting the goods, yeah? So there are all kind of situations, and the title of this video is like, is Alibaba trusty or not? It's like everything. I used to have so many friends that they were trusty, and all of a sudden something happened. It can happen. It's like that. It can happen. You can run the risk because nothing assures you that will not happen. But there are also very great people up there. How to discover it? Then that's what I'm here. Yeah, this is a very, this is a very hard path. Nobody knows how to walk the road. You walk the road. How do I do it? I just keep researching the market, searching the market, going to expositions, getting exposure to what is in, what is not, what is happening, and just little by little you learn. And for suppliers too, sometimes maybe you find the right company and then you will order the goods, and the goods have problem, and there are 10,000 pieces of goods with a problem, which you cannot ship back to China. And what to do? Sometimes the company will say, yeah, we will do discount next time, we will do whatever, but what you do with your things that are there? And let's say the company say itself, I'm gonna redo everything for you, I'm gonna give it for you for free. If that's a remote case that's almost not existent, but it has happened to me in some goods. But my problem is, hey, my client had a client that was waiting for the goods on that specific day. That goods already arrived broken, so we don't have a chance to resell them. Like the time of those goods the selling time, it's over. It's like there is no more time, so you just lost the order. So all things can happen, and my biggest advice will be, first of all, you can just get a look on what is the market like. Second, get someone in China to verify for you, especially if they are something big. Yeah, if we are talking about cell phone case or something that is like not very much of a risk, that's okay, but still, you never know. And third, just really, if you want to, some people really want to do quick money on China. If you want to do quick money, it's like everything, you can make quick losses. So just take your time and invest some money on doing the research, the deeper research, going to some expositions to find your related products industry, and get to know more suppliers, get to know more who are their clients, get to know how they're working. And third, just go and start purchasing, and sometimes it's test and error. After you tested 3-4 suppliers, you find the right one, and then you stick to it. That happens. Some people will just surrender in the way. So many people, because it happened to me, and I'm here. It happened to me, and not just that time, other few times, but I kept going because I had a hope. And now I'm here validating suppliers for others, yeah? So, as I've mentioned before, I have to say, this is not an advertisement for my company, but I have to say too that I'm doing this here. I'm attending to so many different expositions. I'm trying to validate some suppliers. I'm trying to quote my clients with whatever product is that they want. They don't have to deal with the suppliers. I'm gonna deal with them. We're gonna do the whole process, the whole thing. We're just gonna quotate. We're gonna quotate on my company, and you don't have to worry about anything. It all depends about which industry, because some of the industries, I must say, I don't know. I'm not a whatever, no whatever girl. I know more and more, but little by little. However, in China, as I say, it's always about uh, relations, and it, it's very easy now. Like, hey, I need this product, and some people might end up, my supplier friend might end up doing that same industry, so will recommend me to someone. But this is also risky because sometimes friends of friends keep recommending things, and because it's their friends, but the company is not the best. But when it's friends, they have to get some face to you, and maybe they will treat you different. And so there are a lot of key factors playing in the game, not just one. I hope you have enjoyed the talk. Sorry to keep you 30 minutes waiting. Not sorry, yeah. I love you all. Thanks a lot for your support. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And if you like my video, share it with someone so they will also learn more and more people can subscribe to follow me and keep updated with the best of China. From China with love. Yeah! Love! Yeah! Hello, I forgot to say something. I've created my Patreon account and I'm very excited because I have some really amazing rewards. For those of you interested in business or in veganism in China or on whatever it is that you want to talk on the topic, I have some rewards for special people that want to become a patron. And I just look at it because so many people there were like, thank you very much for your videos, they're so nice, I learned so much. So I just decided to create it, and my videos are done from China with love to the world. So this patron thing, I guess it will be like from the world with love to me. It's up to you. If you want to support, that'll be great. And if you don't, just give it a thumbs up. That support is good enough. But thank you very much for all the businessmen out there looking at me. Thank you for your support. I know that it feels like, oh, that girl trying her thing in China. Maybe I'm gonna give a tip. So I'm gonna give you the description in the video out there and here in the video if I can, for you to go and click and check my Patreon account and write messages and stay in tune for the next video. Oh yeah. So here you have it. This is my Patreon's account, and you can look me by the name of Marguerite B. Yeah. So thanks a lot for your support and stay tuned for the next coming video. Goodbye.